welcome back. Today's episode we're going to fix our power steering fluid leak. It is the back of the power steering pump. I believe where the high pressure line connects. I think there's an O-ring or something inside of there that's leaking. So we're going to pull all that down, hopefully fix an O-ring, put it back together, then it's not a leak. Then we're going to go to the part shop, get a replacement, bring that home, put that on, and then hopefully we'll have no more power steering pump leaks. But first, the reason why we're sitting in here is I have to edit the thumbnail for the last video. So I realize this probably isn't interesting to y'all, so this is just gonna be a little short snippets, but I'm just going to insert how long each process takes me. Process, you know, whatever we got going, I'm just going to like quick snippet, like, hey, this is how long a thumbnail took. Hey, this is how long a blank long video took. And then, you know, this is how long the editing took for said video. So without further ado, we're gonna put you in time-lapse mode while I put together a thumbnail real quick, and then we will holler at you later. That's my boss calling. And just like that, some oil field company that has no concept of plan your work and work your plan has called us in randomly on a job, so we'll continue this here shortly. All right, now I'm back home. Got a little bit of time. Kick back in my bench seat in the shop, and I'll turn y'all. Oh shoot! Almost lost the whole deal right there. Turn y'all so y'all are halfway level here. Put that somewhere like right there. I imagine y'all can see that. Okay, I'm going to change you over to a time lapse, and then I'm gonna try and put together a thumbnail real quick. I feel like hindsight being 2020, I should have took some kind of a picture that would make sense for this. So I don't know, maybe I can scroll back and find a picture of the transmission whenever I did it. I know the original factory TV cable was on it. So yeah, here we go. All right, it took about 20 minutes total to make the TV table thumbnail. And now we'll just let it finish uploading, and that'll be that. All right, now this guy right here, making the giant transmission leak underneath the car, is actually the power steering pump. That's because it was so thirsty it went through this whole gallon of power steering fluid. And I have gone to just putting transmission fluid in it because it's what I had. So that thing's got to be replaced. It's not actually that it has to be replaced. There's a leak on the back of it. So we're going to try and fix the leak. It's not going to work. And then we're going to replace the power steering pump. And then hopefully that will work. But this is just... it's getting out of hand in here. We got tools on the ground. Empty boxes filling up my area. I mean, we just got tools, trash. We got everything to pick up, so. All right, now we're going to throw a quick time lapse together of me picking up because nobody actually wants to watch that. And being that it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning, that's probably all we're gonna get done. I gotta be out of here about 7 to head to work. Got up early. My wife got up before me for once, so I got up and enjoyed watching her drive to work first. All right, let's get to work. And just like that, we're 1 hour into a quick little cleanup. I think that means we're somewhere in the ballpark, an hour and 20 minutes, something like that, into making a, 10 to 20 minute video. But now we can get to the good stuff. We gotta change out this power steering pump. I'm tired of cleaning up after it. Actually, I'm tired of buying fluid also. So we got space to do it in now. So go get done with my day of work. Then we'll pull it off, see what we can find wrong with it. And at that point, we'll either fix what we find wrong with it and or carry it to the part shop, get a replacement, swap them out. Good morning. We gotta get some work in on this video. Plan is we're gonna pull the power steering pump off this old Camaro. Once we get it out, I've pretty much decided we're just gonna go ahead and replace it entirely. It's really grimy. I feel like it'll take me more time to clean it up than it costs to buy a brand new one. So, yeah, that's kind of the plan. We're gonna pop that off, replace it. So yeah, let's get to work and we'll go from there. So step one, we're actually gonna put this thing in neutral and push it back so I can take a photo of the giant mess underneath the car. So y'all watch from up here. Now I know what you're saying, Ryan, that's transmission fluid. Well, that's true. That is transmission fluid because I put transmission fluid in it. I ran a power steering, and once upon a time I had an old truck that leaks power steering fluid all the time. I learned very quickly, at least back then, power steering was cheaper, or transmission fluid was cheaper than power steering fluid, especially at the gas station. This is what we want to cure. This is also what we want to cure. This is just simply, I need to get a flexible dipstick tube / dipstick. That'll fix that problem. This is the power steering pump. Let's fix those two. We'll continue on from there. All right, we got our mess cleaned up. Push the car back in. Oh, it is sub 7 a.m. in the morning, and says it is only 70 degrees out. I'm literally sweating right now. I haven't even done anything yet. I'm trying to see what it feels like. The humidity right now is 98%. The high for humidity is 99 and the low is 92. It is sweltering. It's like wearing a blanket outside. It's rough. All right, so here's what we gotta do. We gotta pop that joker off. Should be pretty simple. I've already cut off most of the bracket, so all we got is a tensioner bolt and a hanger bolt, and that's it. That's the whole thing holding this thing out. And then we have the one line on the back that's a return line. It has a clamp fitting on it, and the other line is the fitting that I believe is causing us all the problems. So let me get y'all set up and we'll pop this thing off. All right, we got the power steering pump out. Probably wipe all that down a little bit. It's pretty grimy from where that thing's been leaking this whole time. So power steering's pump's out. We're gonna carry it up to O'Reilly's, see what they got. Hopefully they have an exact replacement. I don't have to pull a pulley or nothing. I doubt that's going to be the case. All right. So we ran to the OOOs and got a fresh power steering pump that is disgusting right here on top. It's kind of weird. I guess they didn't do a good job painting it whenever they decided to repaint it. So that looks terrible. Do better, right? But everything else feels right, so that'll be fine. We have to pull the pulley out the front, dismantle the bracket that holds it, and then reassemble it, and we can go from there. Give this thing a quick wipe down because it's got everywhere. I don't know if they put a little bit in it and it's spilling out or what. Whatever. So, I wonder what bolt they have to. Alright, we'll use that to push it on, but we need to use this to pull it off, I believe. We'll flip this thing over. Yep. Alright, let's hit this thing with a couple of ugga-duggas. The beauty of rental tools. Right. Now we just put a couple of 9/16 probably. Oh, sweet. Tear it up with the ugga-duggas on this too. Came off so easy I thought I sheared it. Just a quick double check. It all looks the same. We do need to get a plug for the back of this off. What's the chance that's the same? Alright, we got this thing cleaned up as much as I'm going to clean it up. Oh. Now, this thing goes on here. Like so. One bolt needs a little spacer. Where it went, there it is. Now that's on there. Yeah. factory O-ring. Well, I'll say factory. The original O-ring is much flattened out. Supposedly, this little peeper says if you don't change it, attentiones. Says if you don't change out the O-ring whenever you do it, it will leak. Be sure to clean the fitting before replacing the O-ring. So we'll take our rag over real quick, make it a quick wipe. Alright, now I'm going to put my fresh O-ring on it. I'm actually going to go ahead and connect this line before I even set it into place, just because it's so hard to get on there. Alright, I think y'all are looking in the right spot. Maybe. I'm trying to get this line on right there. I'm gonna get a rag. Alright, now. We got our little clamp on here. This is already tight. I mean, all that's left to do now is fire her up and see if it fixes it. I think we got her fixed. So we swapped out the power steering pump, had to pull the pulley, change out the bracket, you know, from the one that was on it to the new one. Swapped out a couple of items. Had a hard time getting the return line on, which is kind of funny because it's just a slip on and then throw a clamp. Fired it up, ran it for a couple minutes, no leaks there. Now we just have a carry our borrowed tools back to the shop. I think we're going to do that in the Camaro. That way we can get a little more run time. I think I'll see if my daughter wants to go to lunch. So we'll see y'all in a bit. Huh?
Don't worry, I won't tell Jason you're filming a video while you're...
Oh, it's not going to take any time if you just crank the car back up. Ta-da! 0 leaks. That's it for this one. We got all the leaks fixed on the Camaro. I do have a popped fuse now on my square body. It was a 30 amp that ran the AC heater combination. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but this is the picture of what happened. I gotta fix that. I want to fix the rear bumper on the square body so that I can open and close the tailgate. That's it. We just had a kid maybe break his collarbone, so we're headed to the ER. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye. This last little bit is just mainly for me. I'm just kind of keeping a every now and again record of how long it takes me to make one of these videos. So in this one, we had some crazy stuff happen in life. I got called into work one time while I thought I was gonna be able to work or make the video. One of the kids broke a collarbone, ended up at the hospital. We had a birthday party for that same kid at a bounce house, well, a trampoline house. So that was pretty unfortunate for him. It's a bummer, but he's doing okay. Just sore, you know, collarbones hurt. He's gonna come around though. So I spent 20 minutes editing the thumbnail. I feel like that's pretty generic, how much time that took for me. I would say you film, the time it takes you to create the content that you film is somewhere in the ballpark of an hour for every minute that's on film. Except for these parts where we're just talking about what we're doing. Obviously that takes literally the same amount of time as it takes to talk, maybe double. I've already shot this once, so. So I would say we probably spent 15 hours of filming combined, / driving to the parts store, / doing the manual labor when the camera wasn't on. And then, it took an hour or so to download the film. We'll pop that stuff in right here. All right, just for time's sake, I'm gonna pull this over. This is one of 2 videos cards that I have to pull down, and it is 8:06. All right, now that one's done, throw this clip in, this card in there. It's now 8:30-ish. All right, so after 2 days of recording, then you take and you grab these videos and you put them together, and that's 8:51. So there's 30 minutes worth of recording right there, which actually is probably all the same video that just goes over and over it, but I have to find the stuff that's actually in it to use. And then a ton of little ones to run through. So we'll start our time for this first bit at, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's 8:57 on the computer. And after we downloaded the film onto the computer, it took me approximately 4 hours to edit into a relatively shortened up version of what I shot. So that's somewhere in the ballpark of 25 to 30 hours of time spent for a 20-minute video. So yeah, I would say if you want to make a 1-minute video, expect to spend an hour. All right, that's about it for this one. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.